I'm Brad Leavitt, I'm president of AFT Construction. Formal name of Finder Test Construction. This project is the hashtag Saguaro Grove. And the reason we named it Saguaro Grove, because there were 30 saguaros we had to move, which is really a lot. Most of the time we do a 5 to 6. So when the client purchased this lot, one of the things that really appealed to him was not only the views of downtown Scottsdale, city of Phoenix, you have amazing desert views. We have these beautiful saguaro cacti. These are state protected trees, and so we come through, we have a landscape architect and a specialized vendor we work with, and we tag the trees, we label them, we identify them, and then a couple things happen. We either relocate them to other parts of the property that will not be disturbed, or we'll store them off-site, water them, and maintain them until the house is done, and then we come replant them around the landscape of the house. Okay, we're standing here at the entry of our Saguaro Grove project, and of course we gave the little intro. Just over 8,000 square feet livable, 12,000 square feet under roof. There's some great features in this house, so let's take you around, so come on in. So again, as you think about coming into the house, right, viewpoints, one thing in Scottsdale is everything's designed indoor-outdoor living, right? By having indoor-outdoor living, what it does is increases the square footage and size of the house. You know, even though the house is 8,000 livable, it feels much bigger because we have these massive covered patios that extend all the way around to the outdoor barbecue. They come off the kids' playroom. So what's really nice is, especially right now, we're in November. I mean, we're at 75 degrees. You can feel that breeze come through the front door, straight through the back, and it gives you that amazing view, right? That view of the sunset, view of the hillside, downtown Scottsdale, and of course, that amazing pool. And as we come through the entry, it's that appeal, right? That wow factor to the client. And so working with Lifestyle Co., they had this amazing idea to, wrap stone in the entry. They have this beautiful brass light fixture above us, and they have these 9 sconce lights. And we walk into the gray room, you have 20-foot ceiling, and then we have these white oak beams that add to the warmth. The automated doors, as you see here, these sliders, 25 feet wide, and then we have a little 5-foot return there. These fully pocket in the wall, and these are automated. You can open up halfway, full way, and now you create that indoor-outdoor living. Before we get to the kitchen, I want to take you through one of my favorite areas of the house, and this is the private dining room. We have these beautiful French doors here, the pellet design, and it really brings in that outdoor courtyard. Now here in the dining room, our designer had a lot of fun with these light fixtures. They have these large bubble fixtures that bring a lot of natural light. So this wine cellar, these are custom steel doors that we had installed and templated that fit this opening. And then we have a dedicated refrigeration unit that's gonna keep this room chilled. You can have this amazing display as they come in, entertain their guests, short trip to get the wine for dinner. So working with our designer, and looking through these details in our architect, it's the little things. We have, a cabinetry system designed around all of the dishes they'll need, around all the wine glasses. And one of the things that's tough to clean is, as you're drinking a wine glass, you think about lipstick getting on, how do you clean that? Or baby bottles, right? Why didn't they have this as I had my kids? So what's neat about this rinses. So you put the cup on here and it spins and sprays this out and actually cleans that wine glass. And then you come here and you can clean in the little bar sink before putting in the dishwasher. And so just some amazing features, the two-tone cabinetry. We use the rods here instead of the floating shelf, so it still gives that floating shelf. It just adds some detail with the amazing herringbone brick floor, which is great for the conditioned space of a wine cellar. So now let's take you on from the formal dining room and wine area. Let's take you to the other areas of the house. As we come back here again, as you're entertaining and guests are coming through, we have the main kitchen we'll get to, but as you come back through here, this is really important. We call this the dirty kitchen. Some of you may have heard the term butler's pantry, prep kitchen, or dirty kitchen where they can close off. And this is a great prep area, large sink, for large dishes, pots and pans as you're entertaining, maybe having Thanksgiving, you can bring those out, store those here. We have the microwave, so it doesn't distract from the beauty of the kitchen, so you put it back here. We have the espresso and coffee maker. That way it's not part of your main kitchen, right? Kitchen, great room, you really want that clean. And so everything can be prepped back here. And one thing that's super important is the prep kitchen. As you come back here, this is the dry pantry area of the prep kitchen. So again, long-term storage, seasonal items, plenty of shelves for dry goods. And so this is really key to have this area with plenty of countertop space for the client. And again, just some fun elements, right? As they have cookies, flour, this is just a fun element with the brass and white shelves here. And anyone knows when you arrive home, if you have kids, right, everyone needs a good drop zone. And so the drop zone is really important because as kids are coming home, shoes, football practice, baseball practice, backpacks, you need that storage area. And so we have these amazing lockers here. You have plenty of storage, right? So we have the shoe drawers here, you know, the backpack, handbags, everything, so it's a drop zone. And then of course, right by the garage too, you come into this laundry room and it's oversized laundry. You can see here, this goes back to when you're thinking about Buildertrend and logistics, right? So working with good vendors, when it was time to install the washer and dryer, they were back ordered. So our amazing vendor, Expressions, who we work with, they said, we're gonna give you a new washer and dryer because the original ones are back ordered. They're not gonna be coming anytime soon. Well, one challenge is these ones are bigger than the other ones. So we actually had to do a modification of the cabinetry at last minute. So the doors are being refinished and will be installed later today. And as well as the door here, these are drying racks. So the client can pull these out, they can hang their clothes and it's all tucked in nice. They have this beautiful large apron sink here, the brass fixture, and again, that natural light just brings in so much life into the room with this beautiful tile floor. And again, we have this really small light fixture above us that is a key element to the overall design. These are custom Riffs-on oak doors that were all stained with a clear glaze. And being that they're in a more natural wood, you know, especially with the white trim, the white casing, white walls, and the dark M-Tech hardware, it just really adds to the overall feel and aesthetic of the house and just creates a very warm, especially with all the brass and mixed metals that are throughout the house. And now you think about the functional kitchen, right? With young kids and guests, what I love here is a double island. So one of my favorite features, as you'll see here, through our cabinet company designer, we designed these pull-out little chairs, right? So you don't have to clutter the space with stools back here between the two islands. So now this works as an informal dining table. So maybe kids are eating breakfast before going to school. We also have the little breakfast nook. So that's another area if they're doing homework, maybe homework up here, eating there, you can mix and match the two. And it has a wraparound banco. So that banco seat with those windows that all open, again, you have the amazing view to the hot tub, out to the pool, out to the patio area, plenty of natural light coming in with this multi-slider. And again, if you take a seat here, I mean, this is really nice just to sit down and they push away. So it's really nice for the kids, you know, as they sway back and forth. And this is one of the favorite features of the kids that'll be using this. And then, of course, now by having the dining area, you don't have to have stools on the main primary island. One of the best features about doing it that way is now we have these large drawers. So you can never have enough storage in a kitchen as you're trying to think about with the prep kitchen storing mixers, the blenders that you're using as you're cooking and baking, that can all be stored, and then now this can be for seasonal and plates, and you can never have enough storage, especially with a growing family. And so as we come in the kitchen, you can see this amazing gourmet range. Now this is actually going to be a Wolf range. This is on back order, so working with our amazing vendor, this was installed until the new range does come in. The ceiling, again, going back, we have this amazing white oak ceiling with the beams, this tongue and groove ceiling, so it just adds a really nice warmth to the design. This is actually Venetian plaster, so as you come up and touch this, you can feel how smooth. It's real Venetian plaster, and it just creates this beautiful look here, you know, with the two-tone cabinetry between here and the island. The island is natural white oak, and this is painted cabinetry behind me. We have, you know, the fridge-freezer combo, and we have the freezer here. We have the fridge on the other side. They're column refrigeration, which means they're separate. They don't have to be together. And that creates this spacing, really create that overall aesthetic that we're trying to achieve here. One thing that's very common in most of our designs is we try to design the house, husband and wife, spouse and spouse, where they have that nice secluded resort little area for them. And then we have the kid wing on the other side of the house, right? And then everything kind of opens out to that living area. So one of the main aspects for the kids, as you come in here, this is the teen room, this is the game area. So we have a little Pac-Man machine here where the kids can play. Again, you know, as the kids are back here, they have guests, they have friends, you know, this amazing wallpaper detail. We have floating cabinetry across. You'll see that a couple of the doors, they have the screens installed, and that's because some of the equipment's down there. So again, as they get hot, it allows them to breathe and it doesn't overheat the equipment down there. And then we have this amazing slider doors that open out to that lush green turf and that amazing negative edge pool that will overlook the desert. So as you're coming through here, you know, this is where the kids can entertain. All boys in here, so work hard, be nice to your brothers, right? That's always key, no fighting. And then it goes for the adults. You can't have the teen room without an adult entertaining area. And so again, a little bit different than the main wine room and formal dining area is this incredible little wet bar. So for our clients in here, we have this pass-through countertop, so stools that'll be here on the countertop. And so as guests are sitting here, they're maybe watching a football game, a baseball game, and now you're entertaining. You can have drinks here. We have plenty of storage, for beverages as well as wine, and a crushed ice, right? A little ice maker here. And then you always need the sink with a little dishwasher. So again, all the amenities they may need as they have clients and are spending a lot of time with that indoor outdoor living. So now we're gonna walk back to their bedrooms. So each of the bedrooms are designed for each of the boys. They have their own bedroom suites. Here is pretty neat. So this is actually the pool bath. So one thing that's really important is you think about the access for the pool. We have a pool outside. You want a bathroom that's connected to the house, strategically placed for plumbing, right, for cost, but also so friends, guests, family can come in and out and they don't have to walk through the house, through the wood flooring and be wet in a swimsuit. Here, of course, it's designed to be waterproof with a tile floor and it gets direct access out to the pool area. So now as we come into the rooms, each of the rooms were designed to be en-suites. And what that is an en-suite is where the bedroom has its own dedicated bedroom, has its own dedicated bathroom, and its own dedicated closet, right? So that en-suite creates some ownership for the children as they're responsible to clean their own bathrooms, clean their own toilets, and they can't blame their brother or other sibling that they're not cleaning up because they have their own, right? There's 3 similar bedrooms, all in the same size closet, same size bathroom, just configured a little bit differently. And of course, a little homework station. They all have a little built-in here so that they can have their space and do their homework. And again, each bathroom is designed so much different to take the personality of each of the children, to make this their own, from the cabinetry, the countertop, the built-in cabinetry in the closet, as well as the shower here. So one thing that's nice is you think about hallway design. As you're working through this, it's really important to have a hallway that's wide enough, for families, and as you're bringing in sofas or you're bringing in beds, right, you have access, you're not banging the walls. But also you don't want to take away from the square footage of the house by having these huge hallways. These are about 4.5 feet, plenty wide to bring furniture through and still make it feel open enough. And we have these sconces as well, these pennants running down, which give this nice feel. And then of course the family portraits on through. So here we come in bedroom number 2, and very similar to the other, a little bit different style, similar built-in. As we come into the bathroom, very different flooring, very different shower, and what's really nice for space, you don't want a ton of doors clanking and hitting each other. So the closet has a pocket door, then we have the swing door for the bathroom for privacy and sound. So we're gonna take you over to the primary suite, right, as we leave here from the teen area. And so Buildertrend is really a great resource because all of our projects have designers and architects. So there's a lot of information. You think about this house, it has 8,000 square feet, and there's a lot of detail. As you can see, everywhere we go, there's different detail. All that gets uploaded into Buildertrend, and then through Buildertrend, our designers, our architects, our clients all have access, our trade partners, suppliers, and so now they can download those documents, and it's that cloud, especially as things are updated and changes are made, those drawings can be updated. And then our field staff that has iPads, they can now use those, to make sure they're tracking every detail of the house. So again, as we walk through the great room, we're gonna take you over to the primary suite. So part of the primary suite, going back to resort feel, we have a couple elements. One right here, this is one of my favorite details. This is actually the powder bathroom. And this, in lieu of wallpaper, we did some plaster on the sidewalls and then a decorative accent wall, right? You can see, and then a really thickened porcelain top with a sink that sits on top, as well as a floating shelf, the big mirror. As we come here, for the wife, this is her area, right? From massage to workout. And so right now we have our mirror. This was templated, so there'll be a full mirror here, which will make the room feel even bigger. And then all the equipment with plenty of natural light. These are fixed full height windows. And then we have the French doors out to the little courtyard. It's a perfect place for that exercise right off the master suite where you can go right to the shower and get ready for your day. Part of the design of this house is we had a landscape architect. This is really important. As you think about landscape architecture, they really designed this modern feel and really create this home in the desert. And so it's almost artwork, right? You think about artwork, they have these amazing plantings, trees and hardscape, that now this is the artwork, right? You have these full windows to look at that. You have these amazing French doors to now walk out to the private area, the private den garden. Wood ceiling, tongue and groove ceiling with the wood beams, this amazing floor to ceiling fireplace. These are isocurn fireplaces. They're hand-laid masonry and brick, all customized, built in place. So you have this just beautiful bedroom. It's a great escape, especially after a long day, maybe been traveling, dealing with the stresses of life, and now you can get re-energized for the work ahead. So now as we come into the primary bathroom, this is one of my favorite areas of the house. But something that's super key is that his and her closet. So we have a water closet for his and hers. They can have their own toilet, their own privacy. And then now we come into this beautiful master bathroom, and we have plenty of storage. You can see here we have base cabinetry. This is all inset cabinetry with pull-out drawers. Again, then here we have the glass upper cabinet sitting on the countertop. Amazing arch coming into the shower. But here we have the makeup area, so a little stool here for the makeup area, his and her vanity. Beautiful tall ceilings with the white oak, you know, the natural beams. And then we have the standalone pedestal tub. And again, this is picture frame. This is one of the Saguaros that we had out front that we relocated right here to be this amazing view looking at the mountain just to the right of Pinnacle Peak. This is something that we're gonna have motorized shades installed so we can motorize this, come down and have the privacy as they're in the bath. Now the shower, this is all Venetian plaster as well as the ceiling that is waterproof, you know, because this is a steam shower, it's fully enclosed. And then we have these amazing marble floors. One of the small outstanding items we have as we're getting to completion. These are large glass doors that are completely custom fit. So 2 glass doors, and as the company in Kentucky was moving them, they broke the glasses they're preparing to ship to us. So we had a small mishap, we had to re-template, send them a template again, and those will be coming out, but these will have glass doors here that'll add just to the overall view. You know, they enclose the shower, but then also keep it open to see the beauty of this design. Now we're gonna take you back to the primary closets. This is one of the areas I really like, and so most of our homes have a 3-way mirror you can see here, and then we have the his and her closet. So his closet, and then back here as we come into her closet, you know, we're gonna have a decorative fixture installed. And then right now you can see some of the wardrobe has been brought here by our client who will be installed. So you'll see this fully finished and furnished for the client. So we're here in the entry courtyard. This is one of my favorite areas. We're gonna have a little gate here. Again, the fireplace that's being installed. You know, the landscape's one of the final things we'll bring in, and part of the reason being, as you're working through a house of this caliber and this magnitude, right? You don't wanna put that in too early. Plants will die, they get damaged. You know, as you're staging and walking, bringing in furniture, it gets destroyed. So right now is the point where we're bringing all the landscapers, they're getting all the mesquites, the ocotillos, right? The Saguaros are being installed, they're being relocated. So you can see them, those are being shored up. And then we're working on the exterior details. So then we can find us and really get this ready to turn over to the client. But what I love is as the clients come in, they have this amazing driveway. So this is a beautiful approach as clients come through with their guests, they drive through this amazing porte-cochere. And then again, let's take you through the guest casita before we take you back to the garage space. So now as we come on through, we have a little dedicated path, and this is functioning both as a guest casita and as a home office right now for our client. So the whole intent of the guest casita, and this is designed where the client does have this seating area. Typically what this would be in a normal scenario is this would be the living room. We'd have a living room here, we'd have the sofa, we'd have the TV, you know, a little wet bar, a little kitchenette here for the guests, and this is the main living area. As we come back, you would have dedicated bathroom, full shower, cabinetry, and then you'd walk back into the bedroom. Because this has been modified for the client, this is operating as his office. So we have a desk that's being custom built for our client that'll be installed here at the center of the room. Of course, we have a different accent color here, including the ceiling, so full walls. So again, this guest casita is really nice. It's something we do very often, either attached or detached. This one's technically detached, even though it's connected with the porte-cochere. But it's a nice space for, you know, if you're to rent this out or, you know, have in-laws or guests, they can come stay here and not be part of the main residence and interrupt your day-to-day living. So now as we walk through from the guest casita, again, our landscapers you can see those tall ocotillos being installed. And those are protected. So when you're working through the landscape architecture, the mesquites, the ocotillos, the Saguaros, those are all protected. We tag those, and all those are saved and salvaged and reinstalled, you know, per the landscape architect. Those are actually inspected, so our city inspector will come out, make sure that we've removed everything per plan before we can come through and grub. And then when we reinstall, they actually inspect. So we have a landscape inspection when they inspect every plant here on the property. And now as we come back, you know, we're working on the motor court here. We're gonna dress up so it's not just so much concrete back here. You know, they get some soft planting areas and some nice DGs, some decomposed granite, which will really soften the look here. And of course the doors, which I really love, these natural garage doors, you will get the clear stain and just add to the detail and ambiance of this very modern farmhouse design, which was intended by the architect. So again, as we come through the gray room, this is one of my favorite aspects of the house. I wish I could rewind back maybe a little bit, be a kid myself, and really enjoy the amenities back here. Again, this will have a ton of outdoor furniture here that will be installed after the interior of the pool is completed. Again, this is a great area. Just sitting down, plenty of shade, plenty of natural light out here, and then you have the TV. So if you want to watch a game or an event and have that, that nice fresh outside air and not have the glare on the TV is really key, right? As this is designed, it's going to obstruct the glare. That way you can really see that TV. One thing that's really nice is being in the desert, and you know, especially around the pool. One thing of being around the pool is you don't want to have real grass. If you have sprinkler systems here, you know, it deteriorates the coping of the pool, can get in the pool, it really creates maintenance issues. So here in Arizona, we're typically installing artificial turf nice and close up to the pool. And then of course the white limestone. The white limestone's key because it can get very hot here. It can get over 115 degrees in the summer. So right now it's nice because it doesn't keep the heat in. So you can walk out here barefoot. You know, it doesn't have a huge slip ratio, so kids can be out here, can get wet. You don't have the concern of them falling and then overheating, right? The grass can be warm in the summer. So again, that's more decorative for the summer. The winter, you can use it all year long. And then as they walk in here, some of the elements, we have this fire pit. So we have a sunken fire pit with railing coming down to tier 2, right? We're at the main tier coming down to tier 2. So the nice sunken fire pit to sit around, you have the fire and water feel. Again, a large negative edge. So we have this negative edge pool, the infinity edge. We have a raised hot tub. So again, the water is going to come out of the hot tub into the pool, give you that sound, that ambiance, right, of the sound of the water. So you have this amazing hot tub. And then this is what we call a Baja shelf. You can see that that's a really shallow area, typically about 18 inches deep, anywhere from 14 to 20 inches on, it's pretty standard. And then that gets full with water, and then you put these lounge chairs. So these chairs go out. So this is for little kids to tan, to lay out, you know, lay in the chair, lay in the water. You can see here is the window, the multi-sliders are open, the windows for the bar. That teen room, as they come on out, they have plenty of access out here. You have the bar with the decorative tile. So that's, you know, a kick area. So as people are standing on their stools, kicking the wall, you want to make sure that that's not stucco or paint where it's going to get footprints and have to be maintained. So the tile is a great accent to that. And then out here, you can see our painters are working. This is the outdoor barbecue. So we have a full barbecue area that's again close proximity to the kitchen. Again, we have a nice pool house trellis. So another TV will be installed out there as our clients want to sit out here and entertain and have just another element to watch the game, have friends over. One of the challenges, this is actually a hillside build. It may not look like it here as we've done all the work, but we have retaining walls in the back of the house that go as deep as 10 feet underground, right? And so you work in lifts, you work in stages. We start at the lowest point and we start working our way up, you know? And this house actually has 3 tiers. I mean, 4 tiers if you count the main street up there at the top. So you have the street, then you come down to the main house tier, then we step out to the play area for the kids. That's kind of where we're gonna throw the football around and have a fire pit. And then the very bottom tier is the basketball court. So now we're gonna walk down here. We have our railing installed and our staircase. And this is that board form concrete. Again, this is something we use with a lot of our projects. The board form is decorative this way. They're forms that are really pressed together. They have fiberglass rods that run through, and then these forms are tight to prevent blowout. But it gives you this nice railroad tie, this nice looking concrete boards. And again, we have the fireballs here with the fire rock. And these are nice because as the fire's going, it just creates that beautiful ambiance here. We're gonna bring you over to the other aspect of the second tier. And again, there's a lot of logistics as we're working through design here, you know, and you're thinking all the retaining walls, like these retaining walls are about 8 feet deep. So there's a lot of coordination. When you're doing retaining walls, they come in 4-foot lifts. So you do the first 4-foot lift, you have it inspected, you're putting rebar in, then it gets inspected again, and you're making sure that for survey, you're surveying center of footing, center of wall. All these elements are really important. They take time. That's what adds to the duration. But the finished product speaks for itself. Now as you're back here, all this grass, kids can throw the football, they can play before getting down to the basketball area. And then of course, I just love this view. As you turn around the camera here and you're looking at this amazing view of the house. We have all the wall tiles, so that water splashes over this negative edge, comes into the trough here. And then again, when the multi-sliders are open, you see the amazing interior. You have the incredible teen area and just a great view of the house with all that tile, and hearing the water fall down. And then down here's the fun part for the kids, right? We have some lights installed for them. So on the bottom tier, we have a custom basketball court that's been installed. So this has the matting down here. We have a dedicated putting green so they can practice their putting, you know, some DG and natural area as well as some turf. So again, there's 3 tiers, the bottom tier for the kids to run around. They can play up here. Then they have the pool amenities. So just a great place to entertain. And then to finish it off, they get a great view of Pinnacle Peak, which is one of the more known elements and monuments here in town. That's actually a peak that a lot of people hike. So there's a hiking path to hike up Pinnacle Peak. So they have very close access to the hiking and natural desert. So again, I'm Brad Leavitt. I'm president of AFT Construction. This project is the #Saguaro Grove.